Now to play the first part of the song, I would suggest you to put the index finger on the first fret of the second string and put your middle on the second fret of the third string and pick the both strings one at a time together, play them together. Then you hold the first fret of the second string, second fret of the third string, and along with that what you are going to do is you are going to do hammer on. So you can see that I am doing a hammer on from 1 to 3 on the second string, that is with the help of my index finger, like this. So then you pick the two notes again, that is the first fret of the second string and the second fret of the third string together. So you get then you pick open of the first string and third fret of the fifth string together. So then pick open of the third string. So then third fret of the first string, then open and open of the second string and third string together, then first fret of the second string, then first fret of the second string, that I am playing with the help of my index, and with the help of my ring finger I am picking the third fret of the fourth string. So till now what you get? Again, then now you pick the first fret of the top string, then third fret of the fourth string, open of the third string, then first fret of the second string. So till now what you get? Then Now exactly the same as the first one. Let's see again. The first fret of the second string and the second fret of the third string, pick the both strings together. Now this time you are going to play the two notes again, and along with that you are going to do a hammer on from 1 to 3 on the second string. Then you pick the first fret of the second string and second fret of the third string together. So now you pick open of the first string and third fret of the fifth string together. So then open of the third string. So now this time, so this is the 7th fret of the first string and 8th fret of the second string, then 8th fret of the first string. So then 3rd fret of the first string, 5th fret of the first string, and again 3rd fret. So to play this, you put the index finger on the first fret of the top string, then you pick the 3rd fret of the fourth string, then 2nd fret of the third string, then 3rd fret of the first string. So okay, so till now what we get, let's see from the first. Then so I use my pinky to pick the 5th fret of the first string and use my ring finger to pick the 5th fret of the third string. So two strings played at a time. Then 7 and 7 of the first string and third string. So then now I pick 8th fret of the first string and the 5th fret of the third string together. So again, then so 5th fret of the first string and the 3rd fret of the 5th string together. So I am using my pinky to pick the 5th fret of the first string and then using my first finger to pick the 3rd fret of the 5th string together. Then 3rd fret of the first string, then 5th fret of the second string. So then 10th fret of the second string, then you pick the 8th fret of the second string and 9th fret of the third string together. So I am using my index to pick the 8th fret of the second string and using my middle finger to pick the 9th fret of the third string. So altogether what you get? Again, now you use this shape, that is putting the index finger on the 8th fret of the second string and put your middle finger on the 9th fret of the third string and put your ring finger on the 10th fret of the fourth string together. Okay, now you pick the fourth string, the third string, the fourth string and the second string. So So altogether what you get? Then so use your first finger to pick the first fret of the second string and use your second finger to pick the second fret of the third string. So then now use your second finger, that is the middle finger, to pick the second fret of the third string and put the pinky on the third fret of the second string together. So then you pick open of the first string and third fret of the fifth string together like this. So then you put the middle finger on the third fret of the fifth string. The ring finger should be on the third fret of the second string and the pinky should be on the third fret of the first string. Okay, now you pick the 3 notes one at a time. So now you pick the third fret of the second string. So again, then now you pick 3 and 3 of the first string and the fifth string together. Then first fret of the first string, now you pick third fret of the fifth string and open of the first string together. So then pick third fret of the second string and first fret of the second string. So okay, so altogether what you get? And now so now 5 and 5 of the first string and third string together, then 7 and 7 of the first string and third string, then 5th fret of the second string. I am holding that with the help of my index, and the pinky I am putting that on the 8th fret. This is the 8th fret of the first string. So then you pick 5th fret of the third string. So then you pick 7th fret of the first string, 5th fret of the first string. So then 8th fret of the second string. So now you do a slide from 8th to 10th on the second string. Now you pick 8th fret of the second string, the 9th fret of the third string and the 10th fret of the fourth string, and you pick the 3 strings one at a time. So like this. So all together you get now you pick 7th fret of the third string, 9th fret of the third string. So then you're going to place this chord where you're holding the 5th fret of the 5th string with the help of your index finger, and your middle finger should be on the 7th fret of the 4th string and your pinky should be on the 7th fret of the 3rd string. and now you do a slide strum on those 3 notes. That is the 5th, the 4th and the 3rd. You do a slide strum, slide down strum. Okay, so now you will pick 5th fret of the 5th string, 7th fret of the 4th string, 7th fret of the 3rd string, then 9th fret of the 3rd string, then 10th fret of the 3rd string. So then you place this chord, that is you use the middle finger to pick the 3rd fret of the 5th string, then use your index to pick the 2nd fret of the 4th string, and use your 3rd finger to pick the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Okay, and do a up strum, do a strum like this from down to up. Okay, like this. Okay, with the thumb I am just doing a up strum. So what you get? Okay, then now you will pick the 3rd fret of the 5th string, 2nd fret of the 4th string, then open of the 3rd string. So then 2nd fret of the 4th string, so then pick 3rd fret of the 2nd string, so then 5th fret of the 2nd string. So till now what you get, let's see from the first what you've already learned till this much. Now let's skip to the next part that sounds like this. So 3rd fret of the 5th string, now you do a slide from 3 to 5, then do a slide back to 3. So now take the 2nd fret of the 4th string and the 3rd fret of the 5th string together. So now pick open of the 3rd string. So then 2nd fret of the 4th string. So then now pick 2nd fret of the 5th string, 3rd fret of the 5th string, then you pick the 3rd fret of the 5th string and the 1st fret of the top string together. So now you are going to do an artificial harmonic, or you can play like this even. So first let me tell about the notes. You are going to pick the 1st fret of the 2nd string, then 3rd fret of the 2nd string, then first fret of the second string. So then third fret of the first string. Now pick open of the first string and the third fret of the fifth string together. So okay, so the notes you have already learned. Now let's see how to do the artificial harmonic. Remember, it is very simple. Just what you're going to do is the note you're going to play, or you need the note, you are going to count exactly 12 frets from there. So if you are playing the first fret, you are going to count 12 fret from that. So this is the first fret, then this is the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, 9, 10, 11, 12th. So this is the 12th fret. Now what you're going to do is you are going to put the finger, that is the index finger, exactly on the metal wire present on the 12th fret. And what you're going to do is when you place the finger right there, you are going to do a pinch, or you can pluck the string with the help of your other finger, like this. Okay, so when you're plucking, so as soon as you pluck, you're going to remove that finger at once, so that you will get this type of sound. So we are playing the first fret, and you are going to do an artificial harmonic on the 12th fret from that is the 13th fret. Then you pick the third fret of the second string and you do an artificial harmonic on the 5th and 15th fret, like this. So then again you are going to pick the first fret and you are going to do artificial harmonic. So then you are going to pick the third fret of the first string and you are going to pick the 13th fret, the artificial harmonic on the first string. So now you are going to pluck the third fret of the fifth string, and on the open string you are going to do artificial harmonic on the 12th fret. So like this. See, it is very simple. Just practice a little bit, then you will get it. So what you get? And if you don't want to do, or you can't do the artificial harmonic, you can skip the part. You will just play the notes like this. Now the next part. So third fret of the fifth string, then open of the fourth string. You are going to do a hammer on from open to 2 on the fourth string, and along with that you are going to pick the third fret of the fifth string. Then you do a pull up to the open of the fourth string. So you get, then third fret of the fifth string, then you do a slide from 3 to 5, then third fret of the fifth string, then you pick the third fret of the fifth string and first fret of the top string. So then again you do the artificial harmonic, and you are going to repeat this part exactly 3 times. So Now you pick the first fret of the second string and the second fret of the third string together. Then you pick the third fret of the second string. So then you do a slide from 3 to 5 on the second string, and then you do a slide back. So then you pick the first fret of the second string and the third fret of the second fret of the third string together. So then you do a hammer on from 1 to 3 on the second string. So then you pick first fret of the second string. Then you pick first fret of the second string and the third fret of the fifth string together. So till now what you get? Then again you are going to do that artificial harmonic. Okay? So that completes the entire verse of the song. Now let's skip to the chorus of the song. That sounds like this. That's the entire chorus part you need to learn. So we are starting out with the first fret of the second string and the second fret of the third string. Pick the both strings together. Then pick the third fret of the fifth string. So then pick open of the second string. So then pick second fret of the third string. So then pick third fret of the sixth string. Then pick open and open of the second string and third string together. So then pick third fret of the top string, open of the fourth string and open of the third string. So then pick open of the third string and open the third fret of the second string together. Then pick open of the first string, then third fret of the second string, first fret of the second string. So then you place the C major chord, that is the first fret of the second string, the third fret of the fifth string and the second fret of the fourth string, and you plug that 3 strings. So then third fret of the fifth string, second fret of the fourth string. So then you pick open of the second string and third fret of the fifth string, the third fret of the top string together. So then we're in the F major chord shape here. So you want the first fret of the top string and the second fret of the third string together. So now you pick the third fret of the fifth string, the third fret of the fourth string, the second fret of the third string. So then now third fret of the fifth string, third fret of the fourth string, the first fret of the second string. So then again third fret of the fifth string, third fret of the fourth string, the second fret of the third string. So till now what you get? Then first fret of the second string, third fret of the second string, then first fret of the second string, the second fret of the fourth string, and the third fret of the fifth string together. So then you pick the third fret of the fifth string, second fret of the fourth string, first fret of the second string, then for second fret of the third string, open of the second string, then pick third fret of the top string and the open of the third string together. Then third fret of the top string, open of the fourth string, open of the third string, open of the second string. So then you do a pull up from 3 to 1 on the second string. Then you pick first fret of the second string, open of the fourth string, and the third fret of the fifth string together. So then you can see that I am putting the index finger on the fifth fret of the fourth string and using my pinky to pick the 8th fret of the first string together. Then 7th fret of the second string, then 8th fret, so then 8th fret of the second string. So like this. Then so I'm using my pinky to pick the 6th fret of the second string and using my ring finger to pick the 5th fret of the third string together. Then pick 6th fret of the second string. So then first fret of the second string. So then pick third fret of the fifth string. So then pick third fret of the second string, then third fret of the fifth string. So then pick fifth fret of the second string and third fret of the fifth string. So